Hello, my name is Rachel Long, and I'm here to discuss my project, Building Environmental Stewardship Among the Youth with Outreach Programs. I chose to do this project because I find it essential to continue to educate the youth on environmental initiatives and allow them to form their own ideas on how they want to live their lives. Providing them with the opportunity to express themselves and form their own opinions on our natural world will positively impact the future of Earth. My project took place in London, Ohio. London, Ohio is centered around community involvement and has many organizations. In addition, London is home to many old and young families who love to socialize with fellow community members and work together towards projects and goals. With the help of Madison County Family and Children First, implementing an environmental outreach program will help further the involvement within the community and provide a unique outlook on what surrounds this small town. Madison County Family and Children First purpose is to streamline and coordinate existing government services for families seeking services for their children. When implementing this project, I wanted to address the problem of the lack of environmental education. The current climate crisis and how the youth are indifferent to or relatively disengaged from the issue of climate change. The solution that this project will introduce to these problems is environmental outreach programs and environmental activities in their childhood. Environmental outreach programs help the youth understand how their decisions and actions affect the environment, build knowledge and skills, and teach them how to keep the environment healthy and sustainable for future generations. Childhood environmental activities show positive and increased ecological behaviors and attitudes in adulthood. Therefore, participating in pro-environmental education programs will foster sustainability and provide eco-services. Now I'm going to discuss the methods. As I mentioned before, the location of the project was in London, Ohio. It is a small town about 25 miles from Columbus, Ohio. The participants were child residents of London, Ohio, enrolled in 2nd to 6th grade. These participants were chosen because London does not offer any sustainability outreach programs for youth. Not having sustainability programs poses a problem because starting the environmental education at a young age creates a healthy mindset in children by not allowing bad habits to even be created. Madison County Children First Council, and volunteers throughout the community hosted this outreach program. It occurred in London, Ohio at Cowling Park. The planned activities for the youth included essential sustainability environmental education, including nature scavenger hunts and calculating the use and their family's carbon footprint using the EPA carbon footprint calculator. In addition, there were various education programs that centered around recycling, water quality, endangered species, and more. Questions were developed to analyze whether the participants had an increased awareness or change in perception related to the program's central themes, such as recycling or their surroundings. Pre- and post follow-up questions were formatted to a 5 Likert scale. The first step to analyze the Likert scale will be calculate the total number of responses for each sentiment level, which are strongly disagree, disagree, neutral, agree, and strongly agree. And then compare the pre-Likert responses to each sentiment to the post-Likert responses for each sentiment. Finally, the data is compared using a double bar graph to see the difference in opinion pre- and post-program. This is the Likert scale that I used for the project. Now I want to discuss my deliverables. With outreach programs like the one I implemented, the youth involved can enrich their knowledge about their surroundings and get involved in nature. At the beginning of the program, I expected their Likert scales to lean towards non-environmental tendencies and attitudes. After the duration of this environmental outreach program, I expected their attitudes towards pro-environmental actions and feelings will become stronger. Now I'm going to discuss the results of this project. The first sentiment states, I am interested in spending time working to help the environment, even though this will cut into my free time. Most respondents agreed that helping the environment was essential before the outreach program, but after the outreach program, multiple respondents strongly agreed with the sentiment. The second sentiment states, preserving wild areas is not necessary because we are good at managing wildlife. The respondents lean towards being neutral to the statement that preserving wildlife is pointless. After the outreach program, the responses lean towards disagreeing with that idea. The third sentiment states, if a plant or animal is useless to humans, we do not need to waste time trying to protect it. The opinions on whether protecting wildlife that may not directly affect humans is useless stayed neutral before and after the program. However, a few respondents swayed from agreeing to disagreeing with the statement. The fourth sentiment states, I am in favor of saving remote wilderness areas, even if few people ever get a chance to go there. Regarding the idea of saving remote wilderness, most respondents disagreed or were neutral before the outreach program. Afterward, the opinions changed to agree with the statement. The fifth sentiment states, if I had to choose between protecting a natural area and creating homes for humans, I would choose to protect that area. The respondents' opinions did not differ much. Both before and after results indicated that the respondents were neutral in having the choice between protecting a natural area or building homes on it. The sixth sentiment states, venomous snakes that pose a threat to people should be killed. The statement leaned towards the respondents agreeing. Again, most respondents' opinions changed to neutral after the outreach program. The seventh and last sentiment states, government should pass laws to make recycling mandatory so that everyone is forced to recycle. Most respondents were neutral before and after the program on the government making recycling mandatory. Finally, I will wrap up this presentation and discuss the conclusion. Environmental outreach programs help the youth understand how their decisions and actions affect the environment, build knowledge and skills, and teach them how to keep the environment healthy and sustainable for future generations. In addition, providing the youth with environmental education can contribute to positive youth development. London is home to many old and young families who love socializing with fellow community members and working together towards projects and goals. The Madison County Family and Children First Council in London maintains an efficient and responsive county-wide system that provides comprehensive services to family and children by breaking through those barriers between the various agencies and helping those agencies share resources. This council helped implement the environmental outreach program in London, Ohio, centered around the youth and evaluated the participants' opinions before and after the program. After the environmental outreach program, the youth in London, Ohio, opinions changed from being less environmental friendly to more environmental friendly and more aware of their surroundings. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out.